Peace and love. Peace and love.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up.
Peace and love. Peace and love. Peace and love podcast. Peace and love podcast. Peace and love podcast.
How you started off and how everybody.
Let me tell you something,
So
man.
I had to be
I've been
alone.
bottomed out. I'm talking about flat bottomed out.
Peace and
Nothing.
love. Peace and love.
I was talking today with my oldest son. He said, man, Dad, every time I hear about something you went through, I just go, how did you make it? I just kept this faith, man. I just kept believing that God didn't bring me this far to leave me. I just kept hearing my mama as a Sunday school teacher saying little scriptures to me. It didn't dawn on me till I got older. I'm telling you, man, I didn't get a car in my name till I was 38 years old. I was 38 before I purchased my first car.
Peace and love.
38. Come on, man. I lived in a car for 3 years. I had nothing. But I made a decision, man. I just started talking to God every day. I just started asking him for help, to hear me. If you call God and you ask him to hear you, he hears you. I'm just telling you, it's real. God is real, man. Don't let nobody fool you. Listen to me, young people. Don't let nobody fool you. Come by your house, knock on your door, talking about it ain't no God. You think because somebody say it ain't no God, you think that make it true? God is real, man.
Peace and
Where you
love.
think all this stuff come from? How you think this world got formed? How you really think that's cloud formation? Where you think the waterfall come from? Who made all them animals out there? Who you think make that sun come up every
Peace
day
and
in
love.
the east and set in the west? And it ain't nothing you can do about it. Who do you think make the wind blow? You can't do nothing with the wind. You can't stop time. Who does that? There is a higher power. There is a God.
Peace and love.
Listen to me. You better get in touch with him. The sooner the better. I ain't threatening you. I'm just telling you real. I'm tired, so I'm talking loud right now.
That all of these restrictions were based solely upon our color, and the psychological reaction to that would have to be that as long as we felt imprisoned or chained or trapped by black skin, black features, and black blood, that skin and those features and that blood that was holding us back automatically had to become hateful to us. And it became hateful to us. It made us feel inferior. It made us feel inadequate. It made us feel helpless. And when we fell victim to this feeling of inadequacy or inferiority or helplessness, we turned to somebody else to show us the way. We didn't have confidence in another black man to show us the way, or black people to show us the way. In those days, we didn't. We didn't think a black man could do anything but play some horn, some sound, and make you happy with some songs. And in that way, in serious things, where our food, clothing, and shelter was concerned, and our education was concerned, we turned to the man. We never thought in terms of bringing these things into existence for ourselves. We never thought in terms of doing things for ourselves because we felt helpless. And what made us feel helpless was our hatred for ourselves. One of the things that made the black Muslim movement grow was its emphasis upon things African. This was the secret to the growth of the black Muslim movement. African blood, African...
Yo, Peace and Love Podcast, man. Be back in this thing. One of your hosts, man. My name is Emmett. You can follow me at EMCGEEE.
And it's your co-host, bro. You know the deal. Follow me, bro. The producer number 4, business page, slap it or trash it. We in this thing, bro.
The truth is the truth. There it is. Hold on. Let me make sure we get this. There it is. Now we go. Now we moving. How we need to be moving, man. It's a great day. I wanted to play that Plies intro again, telling people not to eat the leftover food, man. I've been sick for about 2 days.
You've been eating leftovers for 100 days.
No, I ate leftovers, man. I ate, what was that, on Sunday? I ate some leftovers, and I've been
Thanksgiving
sick.
was what day?
Thanksgiving was on Thursday.
God damn.
Yeah.
Boy, you a savage.
That's a fact.
You got the stomach steel or something, man.
Typically it don't mess with me, but man, I've been sick for about 2 days, man. So if you guys still have Thanksgiving food, do yourself a favor and don't eat no more of it, please.
That Thanksgiving food should have been in the garbage. I don't even know what you're still doing with Thanksgiving food.
Yeah.
For
I mean,
real.
it's just hard to throw it away. It'd be so much of it, you know what I'm saying? But hey, if you got it, just do yourself a favor. Don't eat none of it. That's a fact.
Listen, just have patience. We about to cook the same food for Christmas. It's coming once again.
Yes, indeed. Couple weeks.
Yeah, just cool.
In a couple weeks, it'll be right there.
You dig what I'm saying? You don't gotta eat don't. Yeah, we don't want none of that. Exactly, man. What's going on?
Well, I think, like I said, we typically start with sports. If it's any sports going on, we didn't talk about the Kyrie Irving thing. Kyrie played for the Celtics last year.
Yeah.
He just recently played in a game against the Celtics, and the Boston fans were letting him have it. Kyrie took to Instagram. He wrote a long emotional statement, if you will.
Okay.
It was a little weird. I'm gonna let you hear what the fans did to Kyrie when he went to the Boston Garden, I believe. Check this out.
Absolutely brilliant. This is a hard driving team, one of the best in the league at scoring points. A lot of that driven by Spencer Dinwiddie, but let's make no mistake, the schedule has softened as well. So when you're down your best player, it helps that the schedule lightens a bit in terms of level of competition.
Well, Kyrie Irving's not in the building. Spencer Dinwiddie.
So basically,
What was they saying?
They were saying Kyrie sucks. So basically, every time Kyrie got the ball, the fans, all the crowd was chanting Kyrie sucks.
So why do people mad at Kyrie?
Well, he left, and they feel some type of way about that.
Right.
He came to Boston, did his thing. They said he was somewhat of a problem in the locker room.
Okay.
They said he got an interesting type of personality, and playing in the game, every time he touched the ball, the fans were yelling that he sucked. Now, a year prior to that, they were rooting for him. Right. So what's changed so much in this year?
You got Boston fans. And the New York Knicks fans, those different type of fans, bro. Yeah. Those are different type of people, period, man. You remember the movie, what is it, Celtics Pride?
Celtics Pride.
You saw the get down on that old man. Look, man, those Boston fans, they ain't no joke. They crazy. Them fans think they get paid to be fans or something. They think they on the team.
Understandable, but is it okay for fans to do that? If I play for your team last year and I come back to the Garden and I'm doing my thing, is it okay for you to boo every time I touch the ball? Is that all right?
Well, you know what, bro? And he came back. I mean, they obviously don't want him on the team. So, I mean, he should probably find a new home or something if they don't want him on the team. But a fan I feel like if he want to boo, he could boo. If they want to boo, then okay, they got the right to boo.
Okay,
as long as you're not throwing nothing at him, as long as you're not doing nothing crazy or making no racial slurs or throwing cups or bananas or none of that at them. Other than that, mean, they can do what they want to do.
Okay,
they like you not loyal, son. Get out of here.
Okay.
We loyal to the soil, you not.
So you saying within their fanfare is cool? They not doing nothing wrong, booing every time this man touched the ball.
It is no. All he got to do is look, man. Play basketball.
And don't worry about all that.
They can boo him all day long, but he got the ball in his hand. He got more power. He got the power to throw the game or win the game.
Exactly.
So y'all probably should cool it.
To calm down.
But do they got the right to? Yeah, they can boo and do whatever they want to do. That's what fans do. They fanatics.
I understand that.
You get it?
This was Kyrie's response to what happened. He said it happens all the time. Tonight just shows how sports and entertainment will always be ignorant and obtrusive. It's one big show that means very, very little in the real world that most people live in, because there are some actually things that mean more than a damn ball going through a hoop. And he rambles on. He kind of goes on and on. It's very long.
So he's saying they continue to do this to him.
He's saying that these people are small-minded and they can't tap into what's really going on in the real world. He said there's more things to worry about than your favorite player putting the ball through a hoop.
Okay, well, that's the dumbest thing he could ever said, because if they wasn't concerned with it, then he wouldn't have a job.
So you feel like he fronting a little bit?
Yeah, he just upset. He probably
just
mad.
mad.
He got, he mad or bothered, feeling hurt, whatever, however you want to call it. But yeah, they the reason you got a job, fool. So for you to say that, then yeah, maybe they should go focus on their lives. Don't buy no more tickets and go do what they gonna do and focus on their own self, according to you.
Exactly.
Then let's see how long your career lasts. You wouldn't have a career, so that's a stupid statement.
So it sounds like he needs to get off his soapbox a little bit. Stop being so emotional, because these fans, although they're booing him, they're responsible for him even having a job.
Yeah,
that's a fact.
For sure, the fans are responsible for
that's a fact.
Everything and everybody.
Yeah.
And that's in entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
All the actors, all the rappers, all the singers, all the basketball players, football players, soccer players. Without the fans, none of these people have a career. So let's just keep it real.
That's real.
You know, but there is a limit to certain things that fans could do. First, fans shouldn't be allowed to disrespect the athletes just because you feel a certain way.
So there should be some type of guidelines put in place.
Oh yeah. You always gotta have guidelines. You gotta have guidelines. That's life in general. But yeah, I don't think there should be boundaries. Now them booing this man, whatever. They feel some type of way. They can boo all day long.
Exactly. Now getting back to since we still in sports, the Mason Rudolph situation with Mason Rudolph and homie that Myles Garrett and Mason Rudolph. It just came out that a player on the Steelers, I believe, came out and said that he actually did use a racial slur. Teammate Larry Ogunjobi was told about Mason Rudolph's alleged using a racial slur.
Right.
Okay, so the plot thickens a little bit because I felt like when it went down, we talked about that. He tried to pull a helmet and all that. It's coming out that he possibly used a racial slur. Does that matter at all? It's over with. We don't even care no more. Yeah.
It's a wrap. They not going back. No, it's over with. The people don't care. It's over with, bro. Just based on the way that it was handled from the beginning, he should have, when he flipped out and bopped him upside with the helmet, he should have got on that sideline and said, "Man, I did this because he whoop and did this and did that." That's what he should have did, but he didn't do that. So that's what made the whole situation what it is right now. Exactly. So it's like now, bro. Nobody really know what the deal is. But for the teammate to come out right now and say that, you took all of this time to say it, is your word even credible now? Because you waited so long? That's what I'm saying.
My bad. We was trying to set up the camera for the Instagram live and all that, and it was a little too heavy. So the thing fell down, man. We're going to have to put some more screws in this joke.
Hold on. Oh, yeah. Hold on.
There it is. Oh, man, you know what? We got... I'm going to get a camera for you, man. Mike. We were talking about some things in the car. Like I said, you grew up on some very interesting stuff that we talking about. Just about the streets of LA, how we can get the young brothers to come together. It's a movie coming out. Somebody actually sent me a trailer. It's about the Bloods and the Crips coming together to go against the police.
What movie is that?
Let me look at my phone. Somebody sent me a movie and it's supposed to be coming out. It's supposed to be coming out very soon.
They wouldn't want that to happen.
I'm saying they're not even gonna let it come out. Here it is right here.
What's the name of it?
Look at this. It's supposed to be the trailer for the movie. But let me grab you a mic, man, so you can come on because you were talking about the BG,
like
all that stuff.
NYPD or something.
Exactly.
Why would they do? What this is about gangs or Bloods and what type of gangs?
I mean, it's supposed to be about Bloods and Crips.
But why would they do this in New York? First of all.
Yes, I don't know what the name of the movie is as of yet, but it's supposed to be about Bloods and Crips coming together and going against the police or the corrupt cops and things like that. Again, let me get you some headphones too, bro, because I think it's good to have a perspective. Just plugging into that, it's a port right over there. Not the younger generation, because you're not that much younger than me, but you know.
He a 90s baby, though.
Yeah, you a 90s baby.
He don't got the 80s juice. Yeah.
Respect.
We caught the tail end of it. It was something in the water.
The truth is the truth.
Yeah, you got it.
What that? And it's like a little hole right there at the bottom. Plug in right there. You'll be good to go. No, it's one at the bottom. There you go. Good to go. Check.
Check. Yeah.
There you go. Good. All right, man. So let me get this right again. This young brother, man, grew up in the neighborhood. Grew up on the block. Grew up on the block across the street from me, next door to the homie Lamar and Larry and everybody else.
Yeah, Compton, right?
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah. Compton in the house.
And Compton in the house. That's a fact. And you know, your pops was real good with my pops.
Yeah.
You know, after my pops passed last year, a lot of things happened, and your pops is one of the people that really extended help. You know what I'm saying? And really, you need to talk. You need to anything you need to do, man. Holla at me, and we can sit down and we can figure it out. So I always really appreciated that. And you know, growing up, I had my father figure in the house, but the men on the block that were real fathers. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about? Larry and them daddy, yo daddy. Right. It's a couple brothers on the block that just kind of solidified manhood for me. You kind of saw.
Even your pops. It was times when, like, you know, stuff would crack off with the kids in the community, like fights and stuff. And your pops would be one of the dads that was running up, you know, trying to, you know, diffuse the situation. You know, it's my dad or whoever. Your dad was just like a lot of people don't like probably think that it's important for fathers to, like, you know, because not this new generation, like, you know, every day talking about, you know, we don't really need men, woo, woo. But it's important. Like, I feel like our generation is slowly getting back to, like, being involved in the community and being involved with the kids that grow up, you know,
exactly.
like our dads was, you know,
exactly.
So.
And before we get going, man, get the people's your handles. Let them know what your name is and all that.
Yeah. My name is I go by the name of LA France. My Twitter name is @4 LAFRANCE, and my Twitter is @100proof, @100PREUXF.
LA France. What's that? Where you get that name from?
Yeah, my last name is LaFrance, so I just LA France. Yeah,
I got you. That's the name. You rocking with the name.
Yeah.
Okay.
So some of the things we were talking about in the car, man, over the way over here, kind of mirrored a lot of the conversations me and bro have. We were speaking about being from the city of LA, being from Compton rather, and LA, Watts, whatever, wherever you from. We all understand how the politics of LA work. Yeah. And we all understand growing up. We grew up ways that nobody else in the country, nobody else grow up how we grow up, because there's certain things that you just learn just from birth. You know what I'm saying? Certain things that you just learn how to move, learn how to dress, learn how to talk, learn how to do everything.
Break it down for me.
Okay, something as simple as, even this is simple as you coming in here with this red jacket on.
Right.
When I was growing up, it might be hard for other people to believe, right, but I didn't have any red clothing I couldn't wear red because Pops wasn't having it.
Yeah, our parents, my daddy and my mom was the same way. Our parents was like, education, you stay out the streets, get you a piece of paper, get you a job, you know, stay on track. Because, you know, when we was coming up, like in the early 2000s, gangbanging was real bad. You know, even to the point where my mom and my daddy would be like, I can't go. For a long time, before I got grown, maybe up until like, man, I wasn't around the corner until like I was like 19, because I went off to college. Yeah. My mom and my daddy was like, you're not going around the corner for nothing. Everything you need is on this block.
Exactly.
So take your behind to the end of the block to where I can see you. If I can't see you no more, you too far.
Yeah.
And that's something that, you know, our parents, you know, any parent that's from the South Central Los Angeles area has sense enough to tell their kids, and it's not the ones that got caught up in the streets. It's not to say that they don't have sense. It's just so many parents was like losing their kids to, you know, we from the era like, you know, super turned up street house parties, bro, and niggas come through and spread that whole party out.
Absolutely. I remember my first house party was in the neighborhood over by Tibby. I forget the street. Maybe it was on Magnolia Street or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, by Tibby. Yeah. I think it was on Magnolia Street or something like that. We went to a party, and I remember this because Young Buck CDs had just came out. It was a Young Buck when he first came out with Welcome to Cashville and all that. Shorty Wanna Ride. I remember going to this party. Exactly. Going to this party, being in the back, and always you kind of learn how to see what's going on in the room.
Right.
Okay, this person come in, this person, you kind of know how to adjust things. Yeah. And I was already a little nervous because I wasn't supposed to be at the party. I was supposed to be at practice or something. Yeah. And I remember going to the house party, man. We in the back. The Shorty Wanna Ride is pumping. Yeah. You know, the shorties is in there, and then there was some shots in the front at a party, and then that was it. It was dispersed. Let's go home.
It's over after that. Once them boys come through, it's a Rizzy on the whole night.
Exactly.
And that's what we grew up in. Like, you know, art maybe not so as much. I think because, you know, you went off to college and everything, and like when you left the block, and then I kind of grew up, and you kind of didn't really see like, as far as the community was concerned, like my generation, I got graduated in 2011, so people was still kind of gangbanging, but it wasn't. We going towards like the, you know, like the Drake era where everybody got a girlfriend and tattoos and everybody smoke weed and pop hit. Like it's more of like a hippie kind of era thing going on now. It's
exactly.
As much as it's. I mean, it's still streets still active, but I'm just saying from like y'all generation, like y'all era, like the early 2000s, like early 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah, it was
going down.
You can speak to that. What was the difference between, let's say, the streets when we was growing up as opposed to, let's say, when he was coming up? In your perspective.
Good question. I would say, well, first off, I guess I was off the porch early, bro. Like, meaning I was out in the streets, that I wasn't necessarily doing nothing bad, but I was out. I was always at a party every weekend. I was 13.
Cause you was dancing, right? You was a dancer.
Man, I'm doing all kind of shit.
Absolutely.
Man. All that. You feel me? I'm in the club dancing on girls, doing the whole nine. You feel what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I'm at the soda pops. I'm at Cotton Candy. I'm at every club you can think of. Right. You get what I'm saying? So at that time, I would say like the problems, they would come to you. Like meaning you got on the wrong color or you just at the wrong place at the wrong time. Somebody gonna approach you and
somebody gonna press you.
Somebody gonna approach you. Where you from? What you you know, where you from?
Okay, and explain that. People that's not from LA might not understand the where you from thing and being banged on and stuff like that. Can you got your first story of that when you first came into this is real and you learned how to maneuver around that? Can you speak to that?
I can't remember. I don't know. I can't remember the first time I encountered that. I don't really know to be. I don't. To be honest with you, but I can say like you in order to really to learn how to you got to be yourself, bro. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
You got to be yourself. You don't got to be extra hard. You don't got to be extra tough. You don't got to be extra this. You don't got to be extra that. All you got to do is stand your ground.
Exactly.
Somebody approach you. What's up? Where you from? Oh, if you don't gangbang, I don't gangbang. Keep it moving. Oh, where you stay at? What you mean where I stay at? Because I come from that era where somebody bang on you, you don't gang bang. Oh, where you stay at?
Yeah, good.
Where your grandmama stay?
Good kid, Mac City style.
It got that deep. So you know, so we sometimes growing up in those situations, like you had to avoid all of that shit completely. So you might not want to stop at that grocery store. You might not want to stop at that gas station. Exactly. Or you might not want to walk down that block because you know you gonna have it could be. You know,
it could be a problem, but that again, that speaks to us learning how to maneuver certain things. Growing up in LA,
right?
I always felt like you were introduced to, based on where you lived at, you saw gang culture and things like that in your neighborhood. But really, when you was in the school, like elementary school, middle school, that's when you really was introduced to how serious it can get. Or you can start seeing your friends that you was cool when y'all was in the 5th grade, and y'all get to the middle school, it's a little different.
Right.
But when you get to high school, it's like it's gladiator school for a fact.
Sure.
Exactly.
For sure.
Exactly.
I think it just depends on how close you are too to really understand how serious it is.
Yeah.
You get me? Because you got some people. I think you got people that's really in that life that don't understand how serious it is. Because if they understood it, then half of them probably wouldn't even do it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's more of I ain't trying to advocate because I got family members and homeboys that gangbang, but I think that, you know, we institutionalize, and I think that it's more so of a, you know, if you go back to like Africa, right, all of like the Aboriginal people, like the people they be showing on National Geographic, when they don't really look like that no more. All of them, all of the social customs that they have, that's what gangbanging really is. Like it's from what they would call on CNN a scientific standpoint. You know, they always put these statistics up about, you know, 85% of all black men in the country are in jail, and they always put these negative statistics out. But what they don't know is we were robbed of our culture early. Like us touching down on U.S. soil, the hunt began. You know, and we never really had. I mean, we had our customs, different customs that we had in Africa, but the gang thing, we've always been a tribal people. That's what it should keep it real. Every war is about tribal expansion. Every war.
I think people, period, are
tribal.
Are tribal. You're gonna naturally group up with the people that's closer to you. You'll probably naturally grew up with the people that you grew up on your block with, or even the people that you went to school with.
Right.
Now, the gangbanging starts. See, sometimes people don't even know when the gangbanging actually start. Let's just say you on the block. Y'all all lived on the same block. You got Larry, you got Lamar, you got damn, who else was over there?
Migo was over there too.
You got me. Oh, my mama Ravina was over there, right? You got Ravina. You got everybody.
Yeah.
Let's just say all of y'all go to the movies or whatever. Somebody do something to you. They help you out. Now y'all group then got into a fight with this group. That's
you saying that's a gang.
That's essentially
that's exactly. Sometimes that's how it start, and you might not even realize that.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Because that could start a situation with the other side just from that.
Now they know. Okay, hey, I know where that fool live. Oh, they live on Broadacres. That's them niggas from over there.
Yeah.
So now okay, we got into it with them. We don't like them now because we had a fight with them over something at the movies. Now
Right.
that's just some that's kind of like the concept of it. You know what I'm saying? But I think like to the question you was asking me earlier is the difference. One of the main difference between the two that I see, because I don't be out here hanging with a lot of young cats like that. You know, I still be connected to young dudes that I know, but I don't be out here like that. So I see, but I can tell you this much. I think it was a lot more pressure not to gangbang growing up at our time than it is at this time. You know,
It was a lot more pressure not to gangbang.
It was. I mean, not pressure. It was harder
Not to gangbang.
not to.
Yeah.
Than it is now. And when I say that, I mean there was no way possible you gonna know somebody that gangbang growing up in our time.
That's just the culture of LA.
That was the culture. Everybody did it. Some your daddy did it, his uncle did it, his mama did it, his granny did it.
It's almost like gangbanging is hereditary.
Right, exactly.
It's hereditary.
It's almost like it's
Yes, it
hereditary,
is.
bro.
Wow.
Because you got so many what year was your daddy born?
61.
My daddy was born in 1960.
No, I think my pops was born in 62. My mom's born in 61.
Okay, so like like my dad, they moved. My granny moved my dad and my uncles and my auntie to Broadacres in Don't get hot at me, pops. 1961 or like 2.
Compton was a different time then.
He was real young.
Yeah,
like
it was full of white
62.
folks in 62.
Yes, sir.
My grandpa and my granny bought that house, paid it off then, right? From 1960, I'm gonna say, because what would he have to be too? So he probably was like in like the first grade, maybe cause I'm trying to figure out his first. Because he told me he had this one experience, right? Like his first experience of dudes gangbanging coming up to him, you know, with something foolish. He was like a little kid, and some dude walked up to him. He was walking home with his friends, and some dude just pulled a knife on him and was like, "Hey, you want to die, little nigga?" And my dad was like looking like he a little kid. I don't.
Right.
He might have been like maybe like 7 or 8. He not even really thinking about. I mean, at 7 and 8, who's really looking at like, you know, violence or gangbanging. So dude asked my dad, you know, basically like, did he want to die? And my dad was like, huh?
He don't even know how to process it at his age. Yeah.
Then another time, no, I know what happened. That actually happened. He may have been older than that because his neighbor, this cat named Frog he grew up with, he ran down to the house and got my Uncle Kenny. My Uncle Kenny used to drive a Chevelle or something like that. No, he drove it was a Chevy. He hopped in that and flew down the block where, you know, like on RO Street, you know how like those like down the like towards like what is that? Spruce.
Right.
You know them apartments that do like this?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, those apartments that used to live there, those apartments that used to be there, you could just walk through
And
that
get
right
straight to
there
Central.
and go straight
No, Rosecrans.
to Gonzales Park.
Yeah, straight up.
So his homeboy Frog ran down the street telling my Uncle Kenny, hey, yeah, these dudes trying to trip up Ty, they tripping. So he hopped in the car, smashed it all the way down, chased them dudes all the way into traffic, onto Central. So I'm saying like from the 60s basically to now, look at how many people had grandkids, kids, you know, moved from other areas because Compton wasn't the first place to start Compton. The gangbanging started in Compton a lot, like as far as like the blood thing, the Pyru thing, I mean. But from a gang perspective, it was people moving from like Watts, like in the 60s, it was people moving from like Watts, South Central. All of those people, like it was people moving from down south to Compton because they had relatives saying, "Oh yeah, people by having houses." Because predominantly people don't know, a lot of Compton was predominantly white, bro. Like in the early 50s, 60s, they didn't start really moving till like the mid 60s.
Yeah, that's white flight.
Right.
Yeah.
Before that, it was white folks like George Bush, daddy, George Bush Sr. used to live
farms,
on the east side.
The farms, right?
Yeah, he used to live on the east side. So I'm saying gangbanging, to me, is my perspective that gangbanging is hereditary because you got so many aspects to it. You got your uncle, your grand. Have you seen them pictures when like whole family, people still be having hood day. They granny be there, they mama, they daddy.
Granny at the hood day.
You feel me? Nisha little son, he just got a diaper on, but he throwing up the hood. You know what I mean? And so it's more of a cultural thing. And I think what drove it to be less tribal from the perspective of like culture and more primal in the perspective of violence, I believe that was created by propaganda by the government through the images we saw on television, through the drug pandemic, through state and local police.
Wait, you saying that's why Start that over for me.
I'm saying that what shifted gangbanging from being tribal from the perspective of culture, like don't mess with my people and I'm not gonna mess with your people, to being more primal in the perspective of violent, like we don't care, we the livest gang over here, you know, all you niggas over there turned down, is the propaganda that we receive from the media, from the state and local police, and the drug pandemic. Because if you see, like, okay, y'all seen Straight Outta Compton, right? Remember Ice Cube was talking to the white people, like, how did Colombian dope and Russian AKs get in the community, and I don't know no nigga in the hood with a passport. That's because they came and brought it to niggas, because that was the resource.
I'm going to say this. Part of it is that, but at the end of the day, because, you know, I do a lot of homework. I watch a lot of interviews, documentaries, podcasts, and all of that.
Right.
Basically, the whole Crippin' or whatever started 68, 69, Raymond Washington, pretty much on the east side.
Right.
That shit was started from some destructive shit, and it's still on some destructive shit. Yeah. Period.
From a jam. So you feel me? It ain't no cut on that. You saying it started from some destruction and it's still destruction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's not, I mean, it's...
If you, because you got to look at, what was the guy, was it Robert Ballou murder? You get a chance, they murdered him because they was trying to rob him for his coat.
Talking about the
so that was a thing back then to jack people for they leather coat.
Yeah.
So you was robbing your own from the gate.
From the gate. Even the start of it, you saying we started it up to do that, to do damage to our own people.
I'm not gonna say you started this to do damage to your own people, but you had a bunch of badass kids that was just
wild. Yeah.
Because you gotta realize all of this gang shit, the Blood and Crip shit was created by kids. These people was under 18. They was 17, 16s, and 15s, and all of that. They was just the same way how you got the bad kids in. That was them then.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying? And this is what you got now.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, with, you know, as far as like the shooting and everything.
No. They was doing the fight.
Yeah, it was more so like fighting. Like, you know, you had your squad. Like, you know, if you watch Stranger Things, like on Netflix, those little kids, they little nerd kids, they play Dungeons and Dragons, but it's like 4 of them, and they a little squad.
Yeah.
And so that's all. I mean, you even see that in the wild. It's like you gonna hang around who you like he said, you gonna hang around who you hang around. But the violent perspective, like the killing and all of that, that is America socially engineered the nigga. And what I mean by that is America socially engineered how we think, how we behave. All of our responses to our environment and all of our responses to each other came from somebody else's perspective of us, because we were stripped of perspective from the gate. We didn't have perspective. We didn't have thought. We didn't have you know, when you watch Roots, like that's pretty much that is the real story of how that happened. I'm sure it's more gruesome in real life for sure. I mean, it's only TV. You can only do so much. But at the same time, when you strip your identity and you strip the culture, you have no sense of self. And so your sense of self you now have to rebuild that. Thousands of years of tradition stripped away from you. Your identity, your granny don't know herself truly. Your daddy just think that he a slave. Your mama just think she, you know, supposed to do whatever master say. You ain't seen your brother in a year because master done sold him to the Jenkins family, whatever. So when you take trauma from like for hundreds of years, and you just implement those people into society, and then you don't give them rights. So now they already fresh off of slavery. Now they still, even though they're not slaves, they still feel second rate. So now you get those people they own sense of community, and it may be some that want to do right. Like it was some slaves, like, you know, like Harriet Tubman and the niggas that did run away with her, that got free and went on to do whatever. It was people that had like felt like, you know, it got to be more to this.
Yeah,
it got to be more than me just getting beat up and picking.
Right.
And those niggas got away and got free. And maybe those people that got free had families that wanted to do right.
But how do you think that turned into this Blood and Crip gangbanging violence?
Because the news, the media is always gonna need a story about everything. They're gonna always need a story. It's niggas been getting killed. Like when the Libyan slave trade, that's why, like, you know, all these fake niggas on Instagram talking about, you know, peace and love and free and happiness, you know, because if you real about it, then you real about it. Like, we can't talk about American slavery and America want to do all of these things for the people that's here. And, you know, we supposed to be all black and black nationalism and you know, awaken your blackness and melanin and your third eye and all of that. But then when they talk about the niggas that's getting sold into slavery in Libya, niggas don't have no commentary on that. They like, well, we just dealing with what we going through over here.
Well,
like,
yeah.
them niggas too.
Hold on, let me revert back to the original point real quick. Because if you saying the propaganda, the media, they pretty much engineered the when it comes to the hardcore violence and murder with the whole Blood and Crips stuff.
Right.
I'm gonna say that has something to do with it. But let me ask you this: you ever saw a picture of Tookie?
Yeah.
Right. That was a thing back then, to be that buff, to be that big.
Right.
Now, let me ask you this. Everybody fight. That's all they did. We fighting. Some people probably got a knife, got stabbed, or some people probably got a sock, a rock in a sock, hit you upside the head. That probably was the most damage, right? Or they had what you call a zip gun.
Right.
Now, if you keep getting beat up by somebody, what you think, just naturally, the next time you see that person, you're not going to try to find a weapon? How many times you going to keep getting beat up?
You're not gonna keep getting beat up. No.
Well, that's a matter of perspective. I just feel like this. I mean, from answering your question, I feel like that depends on the person.
True.
Because if you like, some people don't need help. Like, some people, like, how many niggas it was boxers that then got knocked out, and kept getting up. And then finally, roll nigga up and just, drop him. Then the fight is over. Like, I know y'all seen that.
Okay, hold on. Let me ask you. Let me rephrase the question. You run into, you see the same dude on your block.
Right.
He buff as hell. He can squab. You squab.
Yeah.
You might be able to squab, right? But
that you can't beat.
You can't fade him. You done faded him 3 times.
Right.
He come down to your house for the 4th time.
Right.
You finna fade him again, or what you gonna do?
And me, am I gonna fade him again?
And what would you do?
I'm gonna fade the nigga again. We gonna keep fade, because eventually, nigga, you gonna get tired of getting hitting in your head, nigga. That's what I'm rolling on. You know what I mean?
I can respect that.
Because a street fight, it's not really like a street fight is people, like, a lot of people have this preconceived notion in their head that, like, in a street fight you supposed to box. That's not how my daddy raised me. In a street fight, nigga, it's a street fight. You're supposed to win.
So he getting my point.
So
right?
whatever you need
to do, and that speaks to your point, because you saying in a street fight we're not gonna fight. I'm gonna win.
It's coming back around.
But not to the point.
Go ahead, finish.
But not to the point to, like, killing the nigga though.
But this is the thing. You gotta understand, when you squabbing, you don't know what's gonna happen.
Right.
Ain't no, I can't fight you to the point of no. I can hit you one time, bam,
and it's over.
And it's a wrap.
Right.
This is what come with street fighting, right?
Right.
So if I find somebody in the streets and I keep getting down with this dude, some people gonna naturally, you know what, to protect myself, I'm gonna pick up a weapon. They might pick up a knife, or they might pick up this, they might pick up a stick, they might pick up anything.
Right.
I pick up a stick, bam, crack him upside his head with a stick, boom, he in the hospital, he got a busted head. He like, man, that hit me with a stick. I ain't running up on him no more. If I do, I'm gonna come with my stick.
Yeah.
Now we got a stick war.
Right.
You know what? Fuck this stick. We can. Oh, it's new weapons on that. Let's get to it.
But that's been since the beginning of time. Since it's been weapons.
And that's
before
my
niggas had burners. They had swords.
And that's my point to you. So
I mean,
and that's
my nigga. Like,
and that's my point to you. So that's what I'm saying. As far as the propaganda, I'm saying we started the violence on our own. That's what people naturally do.
Right. That's
what people naturally do. Now, but what happened was, when you start promoting and, oh, this happened, this gang did this on the news, or this gang did that on the news, you know what the gang do. Some of the gangs feel like, oh yeah, they getting all big and bad and mighty. They feeling the power.
Yeah.
Now they feeling it. Now it's like, okay, we can do this, we can do that, and whoop it. So I just feel like, long story short, a lot of that shit we created that shit when we didn't have to.
Well, it's not like we didn't have to, as much as, like, gangs are not solely isolated by, culture. That's not. Black people are not the only people. You think it's killing people in Hong Kong?
Well, we got different gangs here.
No, I know that. Yeah. But what I'm saying is, so the magnitude is what I'm saying. Like, there's you look at every culture of people, right, from white, black, purple, orange to green. When you get to black, there's no organization, and that's what leads to the dysfunction. It's not that, because violence is gonna happen. It's just there's no organization. And what I mean by organization, which I'm sure you already know, just to clarify, is there is no hierarchy to what we call, like, gangs. Because you don't call you don't call Mexican, like, the Mexican mafia gang. It's the mafia. You don't call the FBI a gang. That's the FBI. It's an
gang.
organization. It's a gang. But I'm saying it's a what's the difference? By definition, what separates the word gang from organization? And then what separates them?
I guess legal terms, legal paperwork.
Bro, it's vocabulary, bro. They do the same thing. An organization is for itself. A gang is usually for itself. Yeah. That was like Three Musketeers, all for one and one for all. Yeah. We in this to the end, nigga, like Thelma and Louise. Yeah. What I'm saying is, as far as gangs are concerned, what the media portrays is these people are animals, like especially like in the 80s, like when Bill Clinton was president. Bill Clinton said that Hillary Clinton said that all black children, I'm not lying, you can get on YouTube and pull this up, that all black children in the inner city are super predators. Yeah. And we all need to start. That's what led to the war on gangs. Yeah. We need to start a coalition.
See, her husband is the one who's
mass incarceration.
They did the 3 strikes law and all
mass
that. That's
incarceration,
what,
three strike.
And we was proud of Bill Clinton and he black, he smoked weed and did in hell. We was vouching for that man.
Yeah, let me tell you something. Yeah. Bill Clinton is not a black president. Bill Clinton, look, bunch of niggas. The only thing that's legitimized a Bill Clinton hood pass is the fact that
because he could play the saxophone. This
nigga played the saxophone. He was getting jawed up in the Oval Office. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
He don't get no pass for doing what men do. Y'all think white men don't get hit? He don't get no pass. He don't get no pass with me. I'm cool. I'm green on all of them.
And did y'all see that Bill Clinton ain't no Mac either, bro? Did you see how old girl looked?
Man, we ain't even gonna talk about them white folks on here, man.
I'm just saying.
But we gonna switch. I know Monica Whiskey was ugly,
but JFK was a Mac though.
Right. Well, it is what it is. Quick question. We talked about gangs. We kind of went around the gamut. We all from LA, Compton, Watts. We know what we grew up in. We know how serious it can be. What is it gonna take to get everybody on the same page? Like this movie we talked about, the Bloods and the Crips coming together. We don't necessarily have to go against the police, but just coming together and be on one term. We played this clip one time. It was talks of peace when Nipsey died. You don't think it's possible? No. It's hard for me to believe it. You said that it was the BGF family from the prison or something. But I want you to get into that for sure. Snoop did an interview with this cat that got life. He was on the street, super active. He said when they was talking peace initially, he wasn't trying to hear it. From the cell, he did an interview. I want you guys to hear that.
But
then I want you guys.
That's why it's going. Because I know before you play it, that's why it's going to always be a struggle. Because that same person that want peace is the same person that didn't want peace once before. And when that person didn't want peace, it was kids watching him and learning from him.
Exactly. So
now it's like you telling me to go create peace. That's just like somebody saying, go create peace with the police after they done did all of this shit.
Exactly. How you gonna tell me to create peace and you taught me how to do this?
All right, if you Trayvon Martin mama or something, you telling her to go create peace with the police after come on, man, it don't make sense. So how the hell is that really possible?
Exactly. It's not realistic.
I think we can come up with, like I said, we need 10 black commandments that we all follow and we just enforce the rules.
Well, who enforces that though?
That's the thing.
And then we spoke about this. There should be no reason that our women don't feel safe in our communities. At all, yeah. If they're around black men, they should feel the safest ever. But how is there so much sex trafficking happening in our communities of our women? Yeah. And then you can't help but look at the gangs. Are the gangs sex trafficking in women?
Nah.
What's going on?
I know a lot of gangbangers, bro, but I don't know no gang members. I don't really know
that kind of
people that just be snatching
crazy,
up kids
right?
and shit. Like if I do, I hope I don't have no homie that do that. But I can't necessarily just put that on like no gang shit, bro.
Yeah, and I'm not putting on the gangs, but I'm saying if they are in our communities, our women, we should as men, our women shouldn't feel they should be all right. They should be good.
I'm gonna tell you, it's police that's doing these abductions.
You saying it's the police?
It's the police doing these abductions.
Wow,
you ever heard
that? Will make sense.
You ever heard Keisha's song by Kendrick Lamar?
Yeah,
that's the police, bro.
The police.
It's the police killing niggas, homies, and it's the police that's abducting our women for organ harvesting. But that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah, that organ harvesting is real. That's real talk.
That's a whole nother conversation. But that's what's happening. We'll go ahead and play the clip because I want to say my piece after.
I feel like in order for something like that to work, black has to be the new gang.
Yeah,
black is the new gang. It ain't Blood and Crip, it's black.
Because you gotta understand, gang members are loyal to their hood.
Yeah.
They not loyal to nobody else hood, but they hood. Right?
True.
You can't serve. How you gonna say let's have a peace and then I'm gang banging at the same time? That don't go together. So it's almost like if you gonna ride with the next black man, you gonna have to denounce where you from and then jump on this side because you can't serve two things at once.
You can't be proud of your hood, but just saying we gonna have peace. It don't
Because
coexist.
you're not gonna peace with you can't because y'all still got hoods and other black hoods that y'all beef with.
Exactly.
So you can't say
That's
I'm from
fact.
my black people, but you beef with this section, and then but I'm cool with these black people, this group, and this group. So it's like it's either all or nothing. But I do feel like if you gang banging, and historically based on what gang banging entails, it doesn't entail a peace treaty.
Yeah.
Well, when we did First Truce in the
92.
92, niggas it was a truce going on.
Yeah.
It
How
was a
long did it
truce.
last?
The reason why it didn't last.
Police.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what people don't know.
The police is why the truce didn't
The
last.
police is why all this shit is going on, bro.
Exactly.
Like on some real. Look, when you played that clip, Homeboy was talking, right? And he said, I kind of like laughed to myself because, we from LA, we already know what's happening. When dudes was trying to piece me, I'm a nigga, this schoolyard.
Yeah.
Get all this.
Right.
That's what was happening. But now he's saying, when they in cell, and it hurt me to see because they in there like, I was looking for a puppy like a month ago, right? And you walk down the little cages and stuff.
Yeah,
and all
it's
I
like
see
a
is,
jail.
It's like a
Pound.
jail, bro.
Yeah.
And that's what niggas are. Niggas is in the pound.
Mm-hmm.
People walking by and it's like the zoo, bro. It's like walking there and look at these niggas up in there. Oh, okay, that's that one that killed 45 people. Okay, cool. That's how, when I was a little kid, that's how I used to think of jail was like, rich billionaires that's investing in these private prisons. Because my dad put me on young, bro.
Yeah.
When rich white dudes, these billionaires that's investing in these private owned prisons, they investing in the ones that's getting the most traffic. So they walking in, they got their security with them. They like, okay, this is how many this house? 75,000. Okay, all right. Okay, cool. Then they do their little paperwork. Now they getting cheese now.
Yeah. People look, man.
Like niggas is property, bro.
People forget, right? People go in there. People will say, "This would kill me." I'll say this. This is my whole point before I start saying what I'm saying. My whole point is they set a trap and we fall for it every time. They put the cheese on the trap and we come and snatch the cheese off the trap.
That's a fact.
If you go and read the amendments tell you when you go to jail slavery is abolished except for if you commit a crime.
And you go to jail, you are officially
a slave. So if you feel like a slave when you're in jail, that's because it was designed for you to be. You are a slave.
Yeah.
If you in jail working for 20 cents, 10 cents, 30 cents, that's because this is legal. This is what's in the book.
Yeah.
Right? Now you seen your homie, you seen your cousin, you seen your uncle, you seen your daddy, your granddaddy. I had a grandfather that was in the pen, rest in peace. James Tiffett, you feel me? But long story short, if you seen all these people catching this time and you still choose to do this shit, at some point this is not on nobody else but you.
Yeah.
If a motherfucker put a gun on the table right now for free, you gotta choose to shoot the shit. I can't look at nobody else. That's just like people would say the whole shit with Nipsey Hussle. And the government might have something to do with it to set him up to shoot the gun. That nigga chose to shoot the pistol. He didn't have to do that shit. He fell for the trap. He fell for the okie doke. He fell for the banana in the tailpipe.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
If that's how it really happened. I don't think that's how it happened, but I'm just saying. Niggas need to take ownership and responsibility at some point, bro. It be us killing each other. It be us doing a lot of this shit to each other.
Yeah.
That's why when you go in public and you see another black dude, sometimes they be tension because you don't know what time it is. You don't know what he on.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
I was just at the football game, 3 weeks ago. We was at Centennial. It was so many niggas from so many hoods there, right? Nothing happened. You feel me? It was cool. It went well. But it's a group that a lot of the people that got kids and family that play Pop Warner, it's a group that everybody in on Facebook. And they keep you updated on certain games and certain shit posted. this girl made a post basically saying, I'm proud of these black men. It was so many niggas from different hoods in here and nothing happened. Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying? And that, just that mindset alone is like, damn, we can't even be in a group without
something happening.
Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? So I feel like we do a lot of that shit to ourselves, bro. A lot of shit we don't have to do.
That's
if
real.
we really want to mingle amongst each other, we can really do that. If you really want to and don't really want no beef and don't really want no problems,
we can really do that. We can set that up.
You got to really do it.
But what's gonna cause that?
Listen, man, the way I feel, they gonna have to drop a bomb on our shit and blow up half of us.
Yeah, hip hop, bro.
You feel me?
You saying hip hop could do it?
Hip hop, bro.
That I agree with you. Explain it.
Because the
biggest influence, right?
That's the biggest influence. Not just that, but bro, like to
speak into the mic a little more, man.
To touch off what you said, bro, like maybe. Oh, you can. All right, cool. Let me get my thing right. You know what I'm saying? All right, that's cool. No, it was cool like this. No, I was gonna say that hip hop is the key to all of this but it has to be authentic and it has to be somebody from the West Coast. And I always, tell people that I'm around that's gonna be me. I'm gonna be the nigga to light that torch and start the Olympics. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because first of all, I gotta be somebody from over here because everything that LA does, the rest of the country follows. Mm-hmm. It may not be today. It may you think look at legalizing weed. Soon as they legalized weed, everybody was like, well, I guess it's cool. Except them, states like Louisiana and New York that's like, no, you niggas bet not ever. Mm-hmm. But for the most part, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna take a culture that is about peace. And it's gonna take people who come from dysfunction to be the examples of peace, like Nip, like Pac to an extent. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like Malcolm X. That's about peace, but also war about our people. Like you said, the only way that gangs could work is blue and red can't work. That can't be the uniform no more. It's only black. And that's true. And I'm saying that the only way for that to happen is three things. The commandment thing that you said was fire, bro. Mm-hmm. That on top of, there has to be, what I was telling E earlier, there has to be structure from the older generation, like our parents, like my dad, his dad, Joe Pops, our mothers.
Yep.
Those have to be the people that are the elders and who grandfather in the culture, because culture is just history and influence.
Okay.
But when you talk about how culture is born through youth.
This is true.
It only becomes history through the elders.
Yep. When the youth turn to elders and pass it down.
Because like how we are, like in tribal terms, like we would be like the young soldiers in the community that fought against the other nation.
Yep.
But also the information that we have about our nation comes from our fathers and our grandfathers.
Okay.
So that one day when we become elders, we give them the ones that are under us, the young ones, we give them that information to be able to go up and build more.
I follow.
And that's what any empire, any nation of people, any great nation has done. From the Egyptians, people like to talk about the Romans, America, the Spanish, the French, every great nation, every great era of every dynasty, no matter how long it is, no matter how short it is, worked off of those foundational values. And I believe that the whole gangbanging thing is ready to, it's not ready to die, but it's ready to transform. And what I mean by that is, like you spoke on something earlier and you said that, in order for it to work, dudes can't be about their hood and then be black. And I'm saying that the hood is only the tribe. The hood is only the tribe. It's like if you look at somebody like Nip, who Meek Mill said was flawless, which the man was 101. But he also he let niggas know, nigga, this neighborhood, nigga.
Yeah.
All day.
Yeah.
But I'm a businessman. I got a family.
But you gotta understand, see, I love Nip to death, but it's people that's broke, that's still gang banging, and they like fuck 6-0s, period. And I ain't dissing no 6-0, but some people, they feel it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what
so
you're saying.
because that gang bang element is there, it always have a sense of danger or give somebody a reason to go and do something
But
to somebody.
It has to be, like I said, like I told E earlier.
They got to change the whole mind frame of what gangbanging is.
Not just that, but it has that. We got to put our pride aside. Anytime, like if we was all three brothers, right, and we always fighting or whatever, and we get into it, our father, if he got any sense, is gonna sit all three of us down and say, "Hey, what's y'all problem? Well, he did this, he did that, and he did this.
Right.
Okay, y'all need to squash that, cause the next time I catch any of you niggas in here fighting, I'm whooping all three of y'all. Yeah, we gonna all sit here and look stupid." And he gonna say, now all y'all shake each other hands and y'all hug.
Yeah, it's a pride thing too.
It's a pride thing, bro. Then we do that. Then you catch us tomorrow. We all in the front yard playing football, tag, whatever. That's what you gotta check your ego at the door. Like,
that's what it is.
That's something that Nip used to say before he died, was that you have to learn how to reevaluate how you react when you feel disrespected.
Yeah.
And that's something that they don't teach. It's not a cultural thing. This is a nationwide thing. This is a thing, not even nationwide. This is it's a human thing.
Yeah.
We all respond to disrespect the same damn way. Most of us.
Yeah.
Why? Most men.
For sure.
But even like beyond a gender, like human beings
that's a
respond to
human
disrespect the same way. No matter how different we are, you may have short hair, E got long hair, I got twists.
Yeah.
You may be red, he may be purple, you might be orange.
Right.
But if somebody disrespect any of us, the response is gonna be the same. Nigga, who the fuck are you talking to?
Hey, let me ask you this. So you said we gotta lean on the elders too, right?
Right.
Now, I feel like in this day and age, I'm not one of the older dudes. I'm not too much older than you. You feel me, bro? Yeah. But you know, I am older.
Well, I'm 26.
I'm 32.
Okay.
So you know, I see like there's a much more disconnect with the youth from the term old heads. That's like that's a coin term now. The old heads is disconnected from the youth even more than ever. Than what I've ever seen is what I feel like. You got the old heads that's always talking bad about what the youth do, and then you got the youth talking this and that about the old heads, right? Now, when it comes to just the street shit or like this LA gangbanging shit, you got the youth that's like, we don't give a fuck to listen to them. They not doing nothing for me anyway. Fuck you. You ain't giving me no money. You ain't putting me on no hustle. You ain't did shit for me, right?
And that's the thing.
Right. Now, how do you get the youth, or how do the youth and the elders or the OGs, the big homies, the old heads get the relationship back? How do they connect? Because now it's so crazy. I remember this was probably like last year. The youth is so disconnected from the elders. It's ridiculous. I was sitting in my car. The old lady got a cane. The old lady walking out. She walking off the sidewalk. She about to hit the grass part, right, from the sidewalk to the grass, then the curb right there.
Yeah.
Bam! She didn't even make it to the curb. She hit the floor. Girl walked right past her. Look at her, little young girl. Maybe she probably looked like she was about 15, 16.
What?
Walked right past her. Looked at her on the ground and walked right past her. I'm thinking in my head, I'm finna get up and go help. I'm finna get out my car and go help her. But the girl was walking right there, so I'm like, oh, she about to help her.
Yeah.
Hell nah. She walked right past her.
That's crazy.
You feel me? You walk right past her, and I'm just like, damn, like, who the hell teaching? Where they
getting their morals from?
Where is this coming from? You feel me? I feel like it's no respect from the youth to the old, and then the old is scared of the youth at the same time.
Yeah, I think the disconnect, first of all, has to come from, to isolate that situation that you just said, but the youth, the respect has to come from the elders respecting the youth. And that's something that we always dealt with as a black community. Like, you know, you got stories like when your parents, you know, might have got mad. We grew up with some parents that was raised off that old Southern mentality that was, you know, a lot of them ways was messed up. My mama whipped me for stuff that my mama done whipped me before and then told me, found out I didn't do it, and was like, well, you did something to deserve that whooping, so let that whooping count for the ones that you should have got, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. She probably felt bad.
Yeah, but it was out of love, and that's the way that our parents felt like. You know, they needed to. You see, like, I ain't been to jail. I'm sure neither one of y'all have been to jail, and so they must. Our parents must have did.
I've been to the county more than once.
Well, I mean, you know, you here now, brother. And we appreciate
I'll
your
say this
presence.
much: I don't got no record. I ain't never been to jail for no real serious shit. I just don't pay tickets.
But that's what I'm saying. Well, that's different.
That's a fact.
Shit, I feel like it ain't shit. It's different on the outside, but when you in there, you go to the same place with all the goons. Nigga.
Oh my god!
You in the same tank, same cells with 100 killers, nigga.
But
you feel me?
I think that the first step towards that is the youth has to understandably like understand the elders, but the elders have to take into consideration and try to come into the world of the youth. I think like my brother, he just graduated from high school last year, so he 18, and I already feel like a disconnect with him. Like we not even that old yet, and we grew up in the house together.
Yeah.
And I moved out, and he still lived there, but I can start to see like deeper that he went into high school. We started to kind of do like this.
Cause you getting older.
Cause I'm getting older and he getting older, but the experiences is different.
Cause you growing up in a different generation, so some of that shit he see, understand you like. Yeah, you doing this shit,
and it's things that we grew up in that he ain't gonna understand at all.
He ain't gonna understand, but what the youth what he gonna have to understand about you is, you was already 18. He ain't never been where you been.
Yeah,
already.
well, no, that's bro. We didn't already have.
So you got the ism. You didn't walk.
Yeah, we didn't already had little. It ain't got to no rumble or no melee, but we didn't have little verbal nigga.
As long as it don't get to no melee. Yeah.
Hey, I was born first, nigga. This is my house.
That.
Before, if this nigga died, this house is mine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So we didn't have little, but again, I know he gonna come out of it. He just trying to grow in, because we had the same dad, so I know my daddy eventually. Like, if he get on some real weirdo, which a lot of these, he ain't like doing no dope or nothing like that. He just, got the little funny little haircut and, wear these funny ass clothes.
He do it, because he
doing what that's a part of his generation.
Like when we was jerking. It's the same thing. My dad used to be like,
we wasn't jerking.
And them pants.
When we was it was clown dancing and all of that.
Well, yeah, even then, clown, my dad caught everything. Yeah. He had my sister, me, and my brother. So my dad caught everything. This nigga's like, when is it going to end?
It don't. It go in the cycle. It go in the cycle.
Right, but
it don't end.
The issue is, the youth doesn't respect the elders, because a lot of the elders, like, we in the era of social media, bro, and there's so many shorties out here on Instagram, bro, that I know niggas didn't mess their whole marriage up behind some Instagram. I'm like, bro, you should have just left that alone, but I see why you didn't leave it alone, though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's like, we got people that's television raised our generation, like the 2000s generation, like the 90s babies. Cause y'all was born in what, like 80,
87. But we we 80s babies, but we like really 90s kids and shit. You feel me? Cause we was like
reality TV kind of raised my generation for sure. And
that ain't even real TV. That's bullshit.
It's reality TV, but it raised the whole generation.
This is true.
And so through that, when you have a generation that our parents was working hard. They was at work all the time. So I know both my parents worked jobs. My mom was a nurse and my daddy was a high school counselor. So they was at work all the time. Yeah. And me and my brother, we just had TV. They was in the house. They was teaching us and raising us. Yeah. But
when they not there,
right? We watched a lot of TV, bro. Yeah. Like more TV than probably any generation before mine. We watched a lot of TV, and then we had like internet too. So it was distractions going on. And I'm saying, but that was at the beginning.
We had dial-up.
Technology, exactly. We had dial-up too.
So we
was in the hood.
We had to go outside.
We was in the hood, but at the same time, it's like.
That shit you grew up on at one point, it didn't even exist for us.
Right,
we didn't even have access to go get it, though.
And that's the same.
We had to use dial-up.
That's what I'm saying. Like when we was like, when I was like a kid, when I was like 11, 12, 13, like the internet wasn't what it is now. Yeah. We had the internet, but it wasn't like, niggas was on like, I done been on party lines with my homegirls pulling bitches from like New York. Like, what's up? Yeah, man? Yeah, I'm from Compton.
You caught the loop too? Huh? You was on the loop too, or no? You too young for that? You didn't catch the loop?
Yeah, I ain't caught the loop.
I mean, you was on the party line. The loop was just a party line, but it was a real popular party line called the loop.
I might have been. I don't remember the name of it, but I know I was on the party line. No, I was pulling on North Carolina, all that. What's your Facebook?
Man, hold up, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, it's the show going really good today, man. We got into a lot of different topics. We over an hour in right now. Yeah. We gotta wrap it up. Yeah. But sure. We'll be back in here tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Again, we're working on a guest for this week. I'll let you guys know what's good. I'm Emmett at EMCGEE. I'm gonna turn it around, man. Whatever you guys want to lead the people with, give them your handles one more time, and just close it out. How do you want to leave it?
For sure. Well, yeah, I go by the name of LA France, aka the 100 Proof Playboy. My Instagram is
100 Proof Play BC.
At the number 4 LAFRANCE at for LaFrance. Oh no, that's my Twitter. My bad. That's my Twitter. No, that is my Instagram. I'm tripping. My Instagram is at
He don't know his hookup.
I'm tripping. Okay, my Instagram for real. See, the camera's right here.
You probably want to check your phone and see what it really is.
For real, seriously, on some serious.
Okay.
My Instagram is at the number 4 LaFrance, 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 at 4 LaFrance. My Twitter is at 100 proof, at 100 PREUXF, the French way. All right, so that's it. And yeah, I just want to remind y'all to stay black and don't pay your ticket unless you really have to. Go ahead, bro.
Peace and love.
You already know where to follow me at, man. Bro, the producer, number 4 at the end. That's a personal page, a business page, a slap it or trash it. I'm gonna leave you with this: black is the new gang, baby, and that's just what it is. Black is the new gang.
That's it. The truth is the truth. There it is. Black is a new gang. I like that, man.
Yeah.
That's deep. Yeah. And so what would the gang colors be? Just black?
We got our
RBG colors.
Yeah, nah, we
Yeah.
People just don't rep it.
Yeah.
People think it's just this be somewhere in that. No, that's a Pan-African flag.
That's
man.
dope.
And if you want to throw the alternate jersey on, you feel me? Just get you a dashiki with some kente cloth style.
I'm always in the jersey. You know what I'm saying? We good then.
Yeah,
For sure.
yeah.
Peace and Love podcast, man. We see y'all tomorrow, man. Y'all take it easy.
One love.
Even as a youngster, causing ruckus on the back of the bus. I was a fool all through high school, kicking up dust, but now I'm labeled as a troublemaker. Who can you blame? Smoking weed help me take away the pain. So I'm hopeless, rolling down the freeway, swerving. Don't worry, I'm about to crash up on the curb, cause my business blurry. Maybe if they tried to understand me, what should I do? I had to feed my fucking family. What else could I do? Or be a thug? I'm slanging with the homies, fuck hanging with them phonies in the club. Got my mind on danger, never been a stranger to homicide. My city's full of gangbangers.
Peace and love. Peace and love podcast. Peace and love podcast. Peace and love podcast. Peace and love.